Good morning, and I'm sorry not to be with you in Tokyo. I have in fact been a regular visitor as co-chair of Working Group 3 for all such symposia during the sixth cycle, and it gave me an opportunity to meet new friends and also older friends when I came. One of the things I liked about my visits is I was also given the opportunity to see practical action in Japan. I visited the Toyota Research Labs in Nagoya, the Fukushima Renewable Energy Center, and just this year, IHI Industries in Yokohama to see their work on hydrogen and ammonia. And it's really helpful to see practical demonstrations of climate action. And I hope my IPCC colleagues who are with you will have the same types of opportunities. Now, I do want to thank the support of the Japanese government and the Japanese scientific community for IPCC, all working groups, and of course the hosting of the Technical Support Unit for the Task Force on Inventories, as it has indeed hosted the TFI in every cycle since the fourth. I congratulate Takeshi Inoki on his election as co-chair of the TFI and look forward to the same dynamic contribution to IPCC activities that we've seen in previous cycles. I would personally particularly value interaction and collaboration between the Task Force on Inventories and Working Groups 1 and 3, given many related challenges, for example, on short-lived climate pollutants, or the use of observations to support the preparation of inventories. Now, we're just starting the process by which the shape of the seventh cycle will be determined, and we've already set the ball rolling for a special report on cities, and we expect there to be a scoping meeting early next year. We're also planning that governments can decide which products will be developed during the seventh cycle at the next plenary meeting of IPCC, which will take place in January. And there will be a bureau meeting next month, which will work towards a set of options that can be offered to governments for their consideration. Now, it's very difficult to speculate about what might emerge from that process, but we do need to think about links to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, and particularly the second global stocktake, which will conclude in 2028. We have received many ideas for special reports. For example, from the information gaps section of the report of the technical dialogue for the first global stocktake, which has talked about the implications of exceeding 1.5 degrees and returning below that warming level. An update of the technical guidelines on impacts and adaptation. And there's also the synthesis report from the GST also talks about work on the global goal on adaptation. But a little bit of expectations management. One of the lessons we learned from the sixth cycle is that we're almost too many reports in the sixth cycle, 3 special reports as well as 3 working group reports. And this did not give us enough time for expert meetings and preparing the ground within the scientific community. In the next cycle, I do look forward to Japanese nominations for authors and participants in scoping meetings. And just a little hint, nominations would be especially welcome for women and younger scientists to refresh the pool of IPCC authors. We've had roughly 30% women in the past, but now we have 40% women in the Bureau, and for the first time an all-woman Working Group 3 co-chair team. So we really do encourage governments to come forward with a balanced set of nominations. Bureau members can bump up and make author teams slightly more representative, but if we don't get the nominations, the Bureau really can't make the selection that we need. I will draw things to a close here. I thank you for attention. I'm sorry I'm not with you, and I wish you well for the symposium over the next 2 days.